Welcome to the Disney Hour Express podcast. I'm Abby.
And I'm Rob. We are two hopelessly romantic Disney enthusiasts,
Sharing fun stories, secret tips, and family travel experiences.
If you are a Disney newbie, or maybe a season pass holder, we hope you find this information helpful.
We turned our love of Disney into a unique boutique travel agency that books Disney and Universal vacations.
We've got a lot of stories, so cozy on up, choose your favorite drink,
Whether that be a cocktail or a hot chocolate,
and enjoy the Disney Hour Express.
Hey, Potineers, welcome back to the Disney Hour Express. Even though it's still 90 degrees, we have officially entered the spooky season. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is back. Opening night is officially in the books, and we have thoughts. We've also entered into that very special manic phase of Disney vacation planning where the trip we've been talking about forever is suddenly almost here, and we are freaking out just a little bit. Time to finalize all the things and pack our bags. How you feeling, Rob?
I have to admit, I just bought like $153 worth of stuff on Amazon because of the trip. So,
Oh my God, I just bought like $75 worth of stuff,
I was
including
like,
all the other.
Wait, I don't have this. I don't have this. Oh my God, I don't have this either.
The poor Amazon guy is just going to be like, what are these people doing?
And it's the worst part is you're always like, it's like choose like fewer trips. I'm like, no, I want it tomorrow. Even though we're not leaving for over a week.
But we need to know that it's here and on top of our desk that holds
but it
all
could
of
be
our
broken.
other Disney stuff.
But it could be like broken. It could be the wrong thing. It could not fit or whatever you're going to do.
Well, I think the most important question is, did you order the shorts for the rest of your Halloween costume?
I didn't know I was tasked to do that. We have to have a talk. See, these are the things that we're going to be talking about and more about this special episode, right? Because this is what we're talking about is like when you're 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
Right? A week out, it's a little bit more, we're talking like straight up lightning lanes and you're getting all these things. But 2 weeks out, what should you be thinking? And so we're going to get into that.
Frantic chaos.
Exactly. Because we're going to talk about something that we don't talk about very often. The Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party just debuted. The first party
Of the season.
Was just this past weekend. It was August 7th.
Yep.
It's now today actually the third one is happening. So it's kind of, people have settled in a little bit. We've seen what's new because Disney tells us about all this stuff beforehand, but you really don't get a chance once you see it all play out and see it in action.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Now you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now
exactly.
I understand what's new, what's missing, so on and so forth. So we do want to get into that. That's not the main part of the show, but we do want to cover it because we've talked about it so much. We're also going to be going to Mickey's Not So Scary, so you are going to have to hear about it again.
At least 1, 2, maybe 3 more times. Depends.
When we do our trip recaps and such in a few weeks from now, yes, that's when it will play out. So
I got a case of the yawns over here. I'm so sorry.
She does.
I'm trying to stop. Anyways, okay.
She does.
So we watched the whole
Abby
thing.
woke up today to our Bailey had like kind of like Indiana Jones swapping the idol for the sandbags. It was like I left and Bailey came in. Abby did not notice whatsoever.
Isn't that true? Well, when I woke up, I was like holding her and I was like, wait, what? And then you like literally walked in the room and I heard you say, wait, what? Because you didn't know she was in there. It was hysterical.
So
you guys played tricks on me.
Kids.
Anyways, okay. So, the Halloween party happened.
It was a sold out
Yeah.
show. The opening August 7th. In fact, let me look up to see what the party schedule looks like now.
It was sold out. And the first thing that I think I noticed, well, I guess I noticed later in the night that it really was looking like a nice controlled crowd. It didn't look overstuffed, which I really like. We saw when you walk in, they kind of guide you towards the right, as we've said, down Market Street, which is where you're going to start really seeing party characters. This year they had quite the change. Down Market Street, you're going to see now Haunted Mansion inspired set pieces, really, and it's going to start out, instead of last year, it kind of started out where you went in and you got the smoke filled bubbles, and this year you get no smoke.
It was a big
bubbles.
It was a big talking point of our.
I'm not okay, guys. Where are my smoke filled bubbles?
All right, so where she wants to know where are smoke.
I want to know.
Let her know.
I want to know.
Why doesn't she know? So
why aren't we doing
in looking at the tickets, so obviously the 7th, 11th, there wasn't one on Sunday. So this is only the second one. They haven't started the Sunday show, the Sunday parties yet. So this is only the second one tonight, right? And I think it was the 14th, 18th, 21st, all sold out.
Oh, nice.
Right. So that's it. So that's the Tuesdays and Fridays. Then it starts with the Sundays. Sunday. Yeah, then everything else is available the 23rd, 25th, 28th, 30th of August. And this kind of gets into the doldrums. But I will say the 1st is available, but the 4th and the 8th are sold out of September, which is interesting. So that's right in Labor Day in between there. Maybe people are doing like long weekends.
Yep.
And then they're attending. So that kind of makes sense. But yeah, you got the 11th, 13th, 15th, 18th, all available. The 20th, 22nd, there's a 24th and a 25th. So there's a Thursday and a Friday.
Okay.
So there's 4 that week. 27th, 29th, all available. And then October, now the dates are starting to sell out. You got the 1st, 2nd, 4th available. 6th is sold out. Random Tuesday. The 8th on a Thursday available. 9th sold out. 13th sold out, which is that's got to be. Is that like Indigenous Peoples Weekend or something, or October? It's like the
oh yeah.
Right, the beginning of October. It used to be Christopher Columbus Day. But,
yes, yeah.
So 15th and 16th available. 18th, 22nd, 23rd available. 25th, 27th available. The 29th, day before Mischief Night, the Devil's Night, sold out, and 31st, obviously Halloween sold out.
Yeah.
So they are starting to sell out. So
but I do feel like this is slower than it has been in the past.
You think so?
I do.
You think it's waffling a little bit?
Yeah. I think people kind of see how this first one goes and make their decisions. But back to that, our impressions of walking down Market Street. Now, a couple of things to know that I'm not sure if
Market Street is a special like entrance, right, that they have just for this party, because the reason is because they have all the people that are leaving the party. Coming down Main Street to leave, and so they want the party people to be like separated and get your bags and get situated, and you get some special stuff. But they had to go through Town Square, and you go to the right, as Abby said, around Tony's Town Square.
Yes. So instead of in this Market Street, the greeters are really only there between 4 and 8. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay. So last year you had the smoke-filled bubbles and you had a DJ. We don't have a DJ this year. This year instead we have the it's a butler from the Haunted Mansion.
And I believe his name is Broom,
who speaks to guests from his platform. Yeah. His platform has a little plaque that says 31, which means the 31st year of Mickey's Not So Scary
31
Halloween.
Fantastic years.
Fantastic. That's pretty fantastic. I love it.
It's fantastic.
I love it. It's fantastic. And he greets the guests. He says a couple of things.
Yeah, he's still doing he kind of does. He talks to them. He does
whole spiels.
Yeah, he has a whole. He's doing bits. We like bits.
Yep. Sorry.
Nope. I do like that.
One addition. I thought it was okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my impression of him.
That's it.
Just okay.
Now, I did see there was at one point, I think they switched him out there was a maid.
Okay.
And it's all supposed to be that these are all like part of the 999 happy haunts, right? They're all from the Haunted Mansion.
Right.
And
Right.
they're all there.
So then, kind of in that similar area, it might be a little bit before, there is an opportunity where they have the gravediggers come out.
It's just it's a little further down.
It's further down in front of the gravestones. Okay.
It's actually across from the other person that's over there.
Okay, cool. So that's new. And that's cool. That's something I wasn't expecting, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they talked about it beforehand.
The gravediggers are obviously like the not everyone's favorite, but a big part. They're like very popular.
They really are.
In the parade. So everyone wants to see them. So now you get to take pictures with them.
Yeah.
They're very stoic when they it's not like they're smiling.
No,
like
no. They're really straight.
Inviting. So I saw that first night there was a long line.
Yes.
To get pictures taken with them. So I think people are saying, like, obviously as it gets closer to party time, they're still there and you'll be able to, the line gets less, but you decide.
But you don't know how long they're going to stay there.
You decide on what so the other person that was out, right? Mm-hmm. Now I didn't get, so normally in front of the Haunted Mansion is Miss Carlotta is in the queue.
Right.
And then you will see Broom there. Broom will also be there.
Okay.
But then they had another person.
Madame Renata.
I think it's Madame Renata, but I was trying to get confirmation of that before we recorded this, but I could not.
Now, these are the two that are taking the place of...
Yes, we normally have seen villains there.
Right.
So it was Cruella DeVille and Mother Gothel kind of interchanged.
And they were like up on a platform as you walked through the street. Yeah. I don't know. How are you feeling about this change?
It's seeing these characters that they're not very well known, unless you like have attended these parties versus seeing characters that are very well known in the Disneyverse.
Right.
It's like, I understand it. Obviously, it's a big year for the Haunted Mansion. They're like, this is like the Haunted Mansion's year for Mickey's Not So Scary. Like they're kind of pointing everything towards that for whatever reason. It's not like they've announced any. It's not like it's Haunted Mansion's new this year or anything. Haunted Mansion itself got a facelift, but.
Do you think they're trying to gear all the parties now towards the Haunted Mansion being the focal point?
Or
just this year?
Oh, you mean going forward?
Yeah.
All the Halloween parties. I don't think so. I think they, just for the merch of it all, I think they need to. I think they'll change things up as it keeps going.
Yeah.
Everything all right there. We're recording.
Oh, because I was just looking at how quiet we were.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm quiet. You're quiet. We're all quiet.
Sorry. It's all
right.
good. Anyways, yeah. So that's kind of, and then you get your bags and your treats.
Yeah. And then you walk on through to the other side.
Yes, you do. So all in all, I think I'm going to like it when I'm there.
Okay.
But looking at it, I'm kind of like,
so
but.
You weren't feeling it besides the gravediggers.
Okay. But then that being said, we needed some changes. Because as you're going to hear throughout the rest of our review, not a lot has changed.
And again, these are reviews from people that weren't attending the party, but will, and obviously understand what's going on, right?
Right.
So,
so basically, listen to nothing we say.
But you'll see, listen to us in a little bit, in a few weeks when we go. But all right, so things that are new, we said like it was the Haunted Mansion welcome.
Yep.
However you feel about that. We're mixed. New things, they have the Stitch Masquerade. It's like a dance party that's over at the Rocket Tower Plaza in Tomorrowland.
Yep.
It was previously a Zombies dance party.
Yes.
With the Zombies franchise.
Yes.
Now they have Stitch, Angel, and Lilo and various costumes. It's supposed to be that like Stitch has gotten into Lilo's costume.
Oh, cute.
Like costume chest.
It's not just Halloween.
And so they like come out in different costumes. I've seen them.
Got it.
And so they dance, and it's like they're out there dancing with everyone, and they're not really like posing for pictures or anything like that. It's not like a meet and greet, but you could just kind of like
do a dance with them. So there's a lot of moms out there with their video cameras and taking videos and stuff.
Yes. And the dads are all on Tomorrowland Speedway.
It's cute.
No.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I mean,
And what it's doing is it's taking Stitch away. Stitch used to have his own meet and greet. He was dressed up in an Elvis costume.
Yes.
Bailey's very upset that we never got a chance to do that meet and greet now, and he won't be in Elvis gear.
Yeah, I'm bummed for her too about this.
But you will get a chance to dance with Stitch and Angel.
Yeah.
And Lilo.
And Lilo, yeah.
Yeah, so that's, I don't know. I think that's
Straight
kind of a
up.
win, and you don't have to
Cute.
wait in a big, long line to get to see him.
Right.
Molly gets it.
Molly does get
Molly does get it. Other things that's new, we have over in Adventureland, they have a stage, and it's kind of near Pirates of the Caribbean. They used to have a band called the Rusty Cutlass.
Yes, they did.
Perform, and it was a gentleman dressed in pirate gear, and they would perform, like rock songs. You know, they were a full
cute.
band. Yeah, they were good. They were entertaining. People enjoyed them.
Yes.
But they seem to have they have now moved on from the Rusty Cutlass. For those that are fans of them, they're still around. They're still doing things. They still have a Facebook page, and they still do events and perform. You can see them. So anyway, but now they brought in, because obviously in Pirates in Adventureland,
Yep.
you want to see Captain Jack, right?
I know. He's such a big part of it all.
So now they have Captain Jack's, I think
Buccaneer Bash.
Buccaneer Bash. Yes, thank you. So they come out at certain times. It's actually like a 3-part show. It has Captain Jack kind of doing like a traditional, like doing like a interactive, he interacts with the kids type of, brings them up on stage and does all this pirate shtick and stuff. Then they have a band that comes out with Captain Barbossa.
Yeah.
And the band's very good. I saw somebody, she was fiddling.
Oh, cool.
They had a fiddler, and then they have another group that does kind of like, they have this ladder contraption where like they swing on a ladder, and then they're like juggling and stuff like that. So it's a little bit more stunts and things like that. And it all happens, it's all one show, but it's like it changes. There's like 5 minutes in between each act of the show. And it seems like it's kind of long. It's like a half-hour show.
How do you feel about that? Like for a party that you're like trying to kind of do stations like in a controlled amount of time.
I think it's good. They have to space everything out, right? They have to make, other than that, there wasn't really Adventureland. There was no reason to really be there besides the treat trails.
Yeah.
And so they needed something else.
Okay.
The Rusty Cutlass was, people would stop and watch that, but that's like a thing you would watch for like a minute and then move
pass
on.
Through.
Now I think people are going to be more, they're going to stay there a little longer and watch. I still don't know if it's something like, I don't know if I'd stay there for the entire length of all of those acts to finish out. But, it might stop for a little bit and check it out. And as you're going by, because you kind of, because of the parade and where it is, Adventureland is to Frontierland in the parade, you kind of will cut through there at some point. Treat trails, and depending upon what your priorities are.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So the other part, entertainment, is our good friend Powerline Max Goof, right? He has this character, Powerline Max. He used to be, for those that have been to Boo to You, been to the parade, been to the party, and been to Boo to You, he used to come out and perform for the people on Main Street while the parade was starting on Frontierland, because it takes a long time to get out there.
Yeah.
So they wanted people to, like, in between the time when the horsemen would come out and then before the parade would actually reach you, which is about 20 minutes. It takes about 20 minutes for it to get there. They would have Max Goof come out with his Goof Troop and the Goof Troop dancers or whatever they were and perform that song from the Goof, that movie.
Right. From that movie.
Yeah. It's a catchy song. I was singing it before. It catches around. But anyway, but now they're no longer in the parade part. they just show up at random spots throughout the night and perform that song.
So they're just making you stand at the parade with no extra entertainment.
No extra entertainment, except they do have, like, in Frontierland, they have the Country Bears come out and, like, go down the line and kind of entertain you.
Yeah, they did that a little last year, though.
Yeah, they did that. And then, like, they'll have the Cadaver Dans come out and sing, and they have, like, Photoshop. I don't know. They try to, the photo pass people come out and you could do magic shots in Main Street holding stuff. I don't know. It's all right. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be that pre-party entertainment anymore. And now you could just see I keep calling him Powerline Max. Performing that song. Like, I saw him do it exactly at 7:00 in the Adventureland, in that theater before the pirate show started.
Okay.
And then they moved out, and then it was like 10:25. They were over in Cosmic Rays performing, and instead of the Descendants people, they were doing that.
Okay.
And then, so you could just kind of catch them in random spots.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. They're kicking it around for the people that love the Powerline Max.
Cute.
Yeah. What else was happening there?
So there's some other characters too that pop up. They've got Chip and Dale in front of Tiana's Bayou, which is cute. They're wearing their little
gear.
not pirate gear. They're in bat gear, like
like they're vampires.
Yeah, something
Got
like
it.
that, and very, very cute. Or skeletons or something.
Okay.
And then what else have we got? We've got, your typical Jack and Sally. I guess they hit. You got to go 2 hours early.
Well, no, they were saying that
what
early in the parade. All right, so when people with party tickets start coming in is at 4:00.
Yep.
And they said the line went up very quickly to a 2-hour wait.
Oh my gosh.
So it's crazy, right? The best times for you to hit this, the shortest times are going to be either right before or after a parade. Obviously during a parade, because it's right there in Town Square, and that's where the parade comes through. That's where the parade ends. So you can go then. You could go later at night.
Yep.
But you don't know when they're going to stop. So you don't want to go too late, because if that's a priority to you. So it's really like, you just have to weigh it out if it's something that's worth
2 hours for you.
See.
I do wish that, for the premium price that we're all paying to go to these parties.
Yeah.
It would be nice if they had things like lightning lanes for these experiences, or some sort of virtual queue.
A virtual queue, maybe.
Yeah, that would make more sense, actually.
That I could understand more.
Because we're there and we want to enjoy all the special activities.
Yeah, but if you wait, now
you're stuck.
I went and saw them before the Christmas party, because they're also there for the Christmas party, the same thing.
Yep.
And I was able to do it in like 35 minutes. Because
but you
I
got
was
right in that.
Yeah, because I went right in.
And you were like third in or something
like
that. No,
I wasn't like third in, but anyway, but it was pretty, close. And yeah, you got it about 35 minutes, but I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would do it again, but definitely not by myself.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like 2 hours, no way.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm waiting 2 hours to meet any character. Especially at a party where it's like a limited time.
Yeah, limited time.
Because once the party's, you have technically 8 hours from 4 to 12, right?
Yep.
In the party, but then when the party starts, you only have 5 hours, and there's all these other entertainment things.
Yeah. I don't know. It depends. All right. So let's get to the parade. The Headless Horseman came out. Amazing. Always awesome to see.
Yeah.
He was a little bit closer to the parade start than we usually see.
Typically, you would see him come out about 5 minutes before the parade would start. So there'd be this big gap.
Yeah.
But now it seems like he's coming out pretty close to the start of the parade.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah,
we don't really
either.
know. We can just speculate.
Speculate.
Glad to see him. And the parade kind of unchanged. We had a few costume changes, but nothing too notable.
Yeah, nothing. There was a couple, and I kind of it was funny because we were talking about this just amongst the family. later on in the parade, they have the skeleton band or their
Yeah.
zombie band or whatever. And then at the back of the parade, and on the back of that float, they have the stepsisters.
Yes.
Which are Anastasia and
Drusilla.
Drusilla. Last year, I kind of didn't even realize this. It was Pain and Panic from Hercules that were there.
Oh, okay.
So now they're gone and they've been replaced by the stepsisters.
I do like the stepsisters. They're so good. You obviously can't hear what they're saying or anything, but they're just their body language is perfect. It's right on.
And Molly agrees.
She's been crying this whole time.
She's been whining. I know. She wants to go to Mickey's Not So Scary. I understand. So yeah, but other than that, it's really not much.
Yeah, nothing changed. How did you feel about that?
That's kind of what I think these parties are about. They're like really not
more
big,
about the nostalgia.
Yeah, more about the nostalgia. But it was just, I feel like there were more changes last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too.
There was like the addition of like Mother Gothel. Like I felt like they could have added another villain in there.
Right, but
something.
maybe the stepsisters were that. But the thing is, we see them so frequently throughout the park.
They're usually in the park doing meet and greets.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
they could have had like why isn't Hades there? You know, Hercules seems to have a little bit of a resurgence. With,
right.
You know, be a show on the Destiny and stuff. Why isn't there a Hades? Why isn't there's other villains and stuff that they could add? And not that I don't enjoy Goofy and his hoedown dancers and that the weird bird person that I don't know who it is. Mother Clucker or something. I don't know what the name of that bird. Like I would rather just have more villains. Like
like a huge
like it doesn't
parade. Like
it's just if they're scared.
I mean, can you imagine if even though they're not villains, but if Jack and Sally came out on like a motor car? Like that would make everybody go wild.
Yeah, that's right. Why isn't Jack and Sally out there?
Right?
Why don't they shut it down? Well, they don't want to shut down the meet.
They don't want to shut down the meet and greet. But there's just something like we just need another small big edition, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be multiple people,
Right.
but just like one good ringer. And then I think it would be like, yes. But we were also noting that like we felt like all the heavy hitters were at the beginning of the parade and there's like a clear cut in the middle of the parade where we're like, okay.
It's usually where Goofy shows up. Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's
a little you got Wreck-It Ralph and you're kind of like, yay, all right, Wreck-It Ralph. Neat. And then it kind of has a little more villains, and then a little bit at the end it kind of picks up again. And you see like Ursula on there rolling around and stuff. But there's definitely. It feels like it's kind of front loaded. Yeah. We did see something strange because I've been watching way too much coverage. That
what do you mean?
The second parade had a change in the order.
Right. This threw him off. He had to watch it multiple times.
Like, wait a minute. So usually after the Pirates float, which is the big pirate ship that has Jack Sparrow and Captain Barbossa on it, usually the Gravediggers go right after them. But for some reason, the Gravediggers were moved further back.
Yeah.
And now I can't even remember. And Heidi's gonna
they were right in front of the Scarecrow.
They were in front of the Scarecrow dancers.
Right.
So it was after all the Haunted Mansion stuff. Right. So it was after the ballroom dancers and then the hitchhiking ghost. And then it was the Gravediggers.
But it looked really strange having them and then like these happy Scarecrow dancers coming right behind them. It didn't quite mesh.
Interesting enough, I was watching something on WDW and T, and they were talking about how they've like taken out all the scandalous parts, like any parts for that were considered risque of the Boo to You. And so I guess back in the day, they used to have these hoedown dancers. They weren't scarecrows, but they were men and women. But like the men were dressed in like kind of tight clothing, and like the women were wearing Daisy Dukes.
Oh.
And they were like dancing and stuff, like hanging around. He's like, and then they kind of switched it over to now these scarecrows and
Interesting,
isn't it?
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Disney.
Whatever.
What are you doing? But anyway, but other than that, yeah, it's pretty much the same. There's a couple of minor costume changes and things. It's pretty much the same thing. It's still a great parade. It's the most earwormy, catchy song that you're ever going to hear. And we're going to be singing it.
Sing it forever and ever.
Forever.
And always.
And you got to check it out. There's 2 shows at 8:15 and 11:15. 8:15 is usually busier because that's when all the littles go. And then, the 11:15 is usually less crowded, so you could get a better seat, so on and so forth. Either way, you're going to be fine. Grab a seat, enjoy it. You're going to love it.
You're going to love it. They're going to be fun. All good things.
There was the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular, and that's exactly the same show as it was before.
Yep.
There's 3 times a night. There's a 9:05, a 10:35, and a midnight. It has all the villains, has the Sanderson sisters doing their hits and bringing out all the villains on stage. They will add an additional show as it starts to get darker at like 7:35. You could catch any one of those shows. Obviously the 12 a.m. one is the least crowded, so you can catch that, and it does go for it's only like a 15-minute show, but it's worth checking out if you like,
The Sanderson sisters.
Yeah, they're back. Nothing has changed at all.
The fireworks show at 10 p.m. I highly suggest. I think it's one of the better fireworks shows, honestly.
Okay.
The projections are good. Love seeing Jack Skellington up there.
There's
good.
a great
It's
Jack
really
Skellington puppet.
Yeah.
Life size and comes out, performs. It has a good story. It does show that. I guess the critique that I've heard this year is that there was more fireworks last year. It was like whiter.
Ah.
And it seems like now it's a little bit narrower. The fireworks are just behind behind the castle.
Okay.
So I don't know if that has something to do with, I couldn't even tell you how far fireworks have to go, where they're actually shooting out from. So I don't know if that's like back, because if it's behind Fantasyland, is it over because of the rivers of America being closed that they can't spread out as much?
Maybe. They have to have so much water. Remember when we saw at the post fireworks show and how the water was just flowing over the buildings?
Yeah.
I imagine that is a very big fire hazard now that they don't have all that water. But I'm sure because Disney is Disney that they've thought about all those precautions before. But I do just wonder how that changes things.
Beyond, definitely worth checking out. You could show up about 20 minutes before the show and get a good spot anywhere in the hub or on Main Street.
Yeah.
Anywhere is good as long as you get a good view. There's not like there's snow falling or anything. You're going to be fine.
All good.
They still have the ride overlays, still the same.
Space Mountain is pitch black.
Now, what I heard was that I watched our good friend Rob from Ear Scouts put out a video where he was doing all ride. He was focusing on the rides to see how many rides he could get in and still be able to catch some of the entertainment. So he was able to go on Space Mountain, and he's been on Space Mountain during the party before. He said this time it seemed like they had cut off all the lights, so there was no light.
I thought that was traditionally what it's supposed to be.
He goes, but he said usually, and I think we even saw this last year when we went on it, was that there was one a red light somewhere that was kind of illuminating something, and it was only it was far in a corner, but it was you still saw it. And he said this time it was darker, and it was probably the most fun he's had on Space Mountain because it was darker. It really surprised him.
I find it to be the most scary still.
Yeah, that's what he mean. It was frightening and fun.
My head might get chopped.
The Mad Tea Party, just as an overlay, that's still there. Monsters Inc. Laugh, or AKA MILF, has a overlay where they just it's also a walkthrough, but the one of the monsters is out there telling jokes and kind of not picking on you, but he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun.
Super fun.
And then the Haunted Mansion technically has a pre-ride overlay. It's in the queue
right.
where it has Miss Carlotta and Broom and
Don't miss it. It's cute.
Yeah, but it still feels like it's kind of a missed opportunity that they could have more ride overlays.
Right, they could.
And they're not like Monsters and Glass Floor is not popular.
Yeah,
like it's like not a lot of people are going there. Like, ooh, yeah, let's go check that out. The Tea Party thing is kind of whatever. And then Space Mountain is good, but it just feels like there's missed opportunities there.
Yeah, but I guess with the quick turnaround, like, what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Listen, I want to talk to you about like the candy setup, right? Because we had talked a little bit about how the Carousel of Progress is now no longer a candy spot. And so we had to go ahead and they took that spot where Stitch was in his Elvis costume
in Tomorrowland,
a candy spot. And so, but then there's like direct candy spot right across the way. So now we've got candy lines going in both directions, and then you're just having the passerbyers go down the middle.
The Tomorrowland, entering into Tomorrowland.
I don't like it, Disney. I don't like what you've done to me.
It's congestion.
It's congestion.
And all you can see is the Astro Orbiter. That's your guiding light to get through the crowds of people that have now kind of
need their candy.
Yeah, that have looked there. Everyone's kind of lost and trying to figure it out. Yeah, it feels like they could have figured something else out. Like there's more room.
Spaced it out a little bit.
Yeah, they could have an outside treat trail or something. I don't know. They could have figured that out. But the treat trails all seem about this. You get loads of candy as you go through them. The lines, they look long, but they move relatively quickly.
Yeah, they do.
So don't get, and they normally give you like a handful or like a scoopful of candy. Again, wait till the later. You could skip them all and just go to the end of the night and they'll load up your bag if you're actually looking for candy. But the biggest one, it seems like the Princess Fairy Tale Hall is getting very long because they'll have, who do they have there?
They have that evil stepmom.
The evil queen.
The evil queen.
And Maleficent. There as you go through. And so they just they're like there on like a perch, like looking at you and judging you and thinking evil things.
I do kind of want to do that.
I do want to do that.
We don't see them.
Yes. You do want to see them. And those are things that are good because they're characters that you don't get to see because they don't really have the villains out there that long. You could see Gaston over by Gaston's Tavern. But then they have things like, it's like Ariel and Eric.
Yeah.
Like, woohoo, everyone wants to be around Eric, right? That's what we're waiting for.
Well, maybe not you.
Oh, all right. Well.
Anyways.
Yeah.
They got some new popcorn buckets this year.
Yeah.
We've seen them all. Hatbox Ghost is interesting.
Yeah,
I think I kind of matched it up to a cheap McDonald's toy, but
that's what it kind of looked like.
My opinion. Yes. I'm sure there are people who are wild about it. I thought that the Headless Horseman popcorn bucket, super cool. Not very efficient, but it is really cool looking. They have some cute new zippers too. They're adorable, like Winnie the Pooh
one zipper.
My God, it's so cute.
And you could get that obviously throughout the different spots throughout the party. And the popcorn buckets usually could only get them in the hub popcorn carts.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the lines were pretty long on opening night, but you could get those all throughout the things. They do have the allergy-friendly for those of people that have allergies that either to sugar or you're gluten-free or you're vegan or whatever it is. You could get your allergy bags. Which is something that they always had every year. You could just, instead of having your regular, it's like a teal bag, I think it is, right? It's a different colored bag, and so you would go around to the trick or treat spots and get a coin instead of getting candy.
Yep.
And then you would take those coins and bring them to one of these spots and get a allergy-friendly treat. You no longer have to they no longer are giving out the coins. You could just go at any time and they will give you the treats. There's two spots. I think it's one's in Tomorrowland where Anti-Gravity's is, and then one's over in like Liberty Square where like the ticket center.
Okay.
I believe. And you could just go there and get your allergy friendly treats.
All right. I wonder why they did away with tokens. They're not
yeah.
making you work for it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to cut down on the token budget, I guess.
Well, whatever works.
Get your thing. So, yeah, that's what it is. I mean, for the most part, the party seems the same.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There's new merch, obviously, and we had to kind of sit there and think and say, hey, we tend to like Disney for the nostalgia, right? So that's a big deal, and it ruffles our feathers every time something changes, even if it's like cool. We kind of get over it, and get with the game. So
yeah.
We're into it.
We'll be going, like I said, we'll be going again. Hopefully a vlog will be coming out, as well as our recap during our podcast episode. So stay tuned for that, and we'll kind of see how it went for us. One thing I could tell you beforehand, you're not going to get everything done. Don't just get that out of your mind right now. Pick what's important to you and do those things. Important to your family, the things you want to see, and do all those, right? Because you could do rides, you could just meet characters.
Yep.
You could just do the treat trails and try all the snacks and get the entertainment, but you're not going to be able to do all of it. So just try to enjoy being there and enjoying some of the, the ambient, the stuff that you're not going to see throughout the other days or throughout the other, throughout the year.
Agreed.
There.
I agree.
Okay.
All
Now,
right.
What's interesting is that we said this was going to be a quick segment,
I
and now 40 minutes
Listen,
later, we're
when
still
you
talking
started
about it.
listing all the dates, way back in the beginning of this
Well,
episode, I
like
was
to
like,
tell people things.
and there goes the quickness.
So the main reason that we are here is to talk about.
We are getting ready. We need our 2 weeks out checklist going on.
Absolutely. I agree. So one of the important things, like we said, it's not the most pivotal time, but it's a good time to get things ready because you have a little bit more time. You're not feeling that crunch of the week before your trip. Lando's sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah. He's ignoring Molly's cries. So we're going to go through this quick for Molly's. We'll go through it, but it's a good time for right now to check the My Disney Experience app. And I was actually
Absolutely.
doing this right before we recorded tonight.
You realize something big.
Well, there are a couple of things big and a couple of things small. I was just going through. Once you make your dining reservations, usually it's just for you, the person that is signed into them, and then you cook for a party of 4.
Yep.
But it doesn't automatically load into your other guests that are the rest of your planning party. So I had to go and add Abby and the girls in to some of the things that I'd done. I think Abby had done it because we usually split, so she did it beforehand. So I was doing it just so that she can see that reservation on her end. So that was kind of an important thing. But then I also realized that our party tickets
We haven't loaded them.
weren't. So we purchased them. We had that. The easiest thing to do when adding anything, whether it's a reservation or a ticket, is to get a confirmation number, which was in our email, which was sent to Abby, and then she sent it to me. And then get the confirmation number, and then you could add that into the My Disney Experience app. Now, you can add it there. It told me because it was a will call ticket, it had to be added in at the website.
Womp womp.
So I had to go in there, log in, and then do sort of the same sort of thing. So that's an important to get ahead of time. Like you could get that figured out through guest relations when you get there, but you kind of already want to be ready.
Yeah.
For that.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
All right. So then as we talked about, we got all the dining and the partying. Today, actually, Rob didn't even know this, but he wrote about it. I did confirm our flights, and I actually put them on our calendar. So you don't have to ask me multiple times what time we're leaving. I still will
because I don't like looking at the calendar.
But it's there, and now I can just be like, it's on the calendar. Yeah. So I double-checked our flights, made sure that was all good. Seats, we've got bags.
Yeah.
We're going to drive
figuring out your
ourselves.
transportation. It's a good time to figure all that out.
Right. Yep. And I'm excited. I'm excited about that.
Yes, everyone's excited about flying and
Flying, good things. But I have to think about things on flying, right? We've got some kids with sensitive ears, so we have special earplugs for the flight so that they don't get ear issues. So all those things come into play.
And I have to change my seat so that it's a little bit further away.
No, sir. I will never forget that flight where you sat 5 rows ahead of us.
It was 1 row ahead.
No,
and it wasn't my choice. It wasn't my choice.
It's anyways, all right.
A good thing now also is to check the park hours, right? Obviously, if you're going, there's party days, so Magic Kingdom's closing early, but it's also checking for extended evening hours, the early entry hours. So now, with that being said, they actually just announced that on the 21st, which is a party day, Magic Kingdom is actually going to be opening an hour earlier.
Ooh.
So instead of 9 o'clock, it's now going to open at 8, and then early entry is going to start at 7:30 for all resort guests.
Oh boy!
So
now just that one day.
So that's all they've announced. They haven't announced the other ones, but I would suspect because they only kind of work in a 2-week kind of cycle that they're going to eventually just start opening up early. Because they want more people to come there, right? To feel like they're getting a bang for their buck if they do have a park day ticket.
Interesting.
A single park day ticket.
So what does this say? Is their attendance really, really low on these?
It's generally known that it's the day before Magic Kingdom, the day of a day of a party. A lot of people aren't going there because they only have single day tickets. They might not have park hoppers, and they don't want to waste it if they can't see they can't stay through the night and see the fireworks and have a dinner and such. So, I kind of understand that, but it's also been known that it's a good time to go to the parks, and we're actually going to be testing that out by going the parks before the party in 2 different days at different times. So we'll let you know how that theory works out.
Dun, dun, dun.
And now we might have to go an hour earlier. Good luck. Get some sleep.
Hey. Now is a good time to just review what refurbishments are happening and attraction closures, right? Even though we talk about it all the time, we haven't necessarily talked about certain things with our kids. Somebody just mentioned the other day that they were talking about going on Dinosaur, and I was like, wait, what? Dinosaur's closed. We can't do that.
Have you been paying attention to our Instagram? Come on, kids.
So we talked a little bit about that. And then, of course, the happy news about what's reopened since the last time you've been.
Big Thunder, those changes to Soarin' and all that stuff. And,
we're so excited for our 4 rides on Soarin'. We've planned them all out.
We're looking forward to it. And then that means only 1 ride on Living with the Land.
3.
Who said that?
3 minimum.
I have to get at least 3 naps in.
And then lightning lanes, which is really something I do sadly leave up to you. I think because if I see the price tags and everything, I will kind of be like, we don't need those.
All right. Well, let's not get into that. Person that wanted to change our flight.
I did want to change.
She's like, it's only a couple $100.
Okay. So funny because people at my office only know Disney Rob, right? They don't know any other version of Rob. And so a conversation came up about who's the frugal one in your family? And I was and it was the same day I had texted Rob to be like, let's change our flights and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, absolutely not. And so when I said that you were the frugal one, nobody believed me. Because they only know Disney Rob.
They only know Disney Rob, who still won't buy a souvenir, but except for other people.
I mean, once those girls ask you for anything, you're like, okay. I would like to just show you Bailey's Baby Yoda.
Well, how could you deny a Baby Yoda? Come on, it's Grogu.
It's like I left the store and I come back and I'm like, what happened here?
It's Grogu. Come on.
Anyways.
You can't deny Grogu. So yeah, and now it's also a good time to like go through and, you know, pick your attractions that are most important to you.
Right.
Again, it's everybody's Disney trip is different. It's different for every family. It doesn't have to be what we do. You know, we give you like a guide, an example of showing you what we're going to do, but it might not be the same for your family, and that's fine. Pick out what's important, what rides you guys want to hit on. Like, you know, if you like going to Small World, you know, make sure you go to Small World.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, it's things like that. Make sure the Haunted Man, you know, whatever it is that's important to you, look at all the rides. I know we keep talking about Magic Kingdom, so I'm going to try to reference other things. Like if you are huge Figment people, make sure you're going on Journey of Imagination with Figment.
Yes.
Because there's a good chance that it's going to change soon. But we'll talk about that later. Maybe, if we have time. So it's a good time to pick out those rides, right? Like going to see Living with the Land or doing, you know, Soarin' 4 times, or when you want to keep riding Smuggler's Run so that you could see different videos of Baby Yoda when you're in the back as an engineer now.
Adorable.
So pick out those rides.
And the rough plan, right? You've probably already had a rough park strategy when you picked out your dining at the 60-day mark. But this trip, we're really trying not to schedule every minute, which I'm sure this sounds like a very scheduled trip, but we're not. We're trying something new. And we're trying to tell you that too. Don't schedule every single minute. Yes. Enjoy it. Enjoy it all.
Enjoy it. And always be ready to pivot. Pivot.
Party nights.
Yeah, you do have to check early in the party nights, like we talked about. Mickey's Not So Scary. He does close early, so you have to be aware of when those party dates are.
Christmas parties closes early.
Christmas, yep, the same thing, and that could happen also for Jollywood. It happens on Jollywood nights and Hollywood Studios. For example, they just announced, I think October 20th, Hollywood Studios is closing at 6:00 for a private party.
Ew.
Sometimes these huge corporations or whoever it is, they like rent out, they like buy out Disney.
I've been seeing this happen more lately. It used to be incredibly, incredibly rare.
Yeah.
But now I really been seeing it happen more.
Okay. I believe you.
I don't know. People got money, apparently.
I believe you. It ain't Family Travel Planner. I tell you that much. We ain't there yet.
Womp womp.
One day. We'll invite all of our listeners. We'll invite the Pioneers.
I would love that.
To come hang out. It's a good time to check up on like nighttime shows, decide which ones are important for you, fireworks. So we're talking Happily Ever After or Fantasmic. If you're prioritizing Luminous, I have questions for you, but that can be something that you would do. There is actually a fireworks show in Hollywood Studios, but no one pays attention to it. So because everyone's going to Fantasmic, but the Luminous is the Epcot show, and I guess people do watch it by default if they don't know any better. But
listen, it's not so bad when you're near Rose and Crown.
Yeah, no, it's true, and you can make a quick exit. But anyway, MagicBands. This is a kind of important thing. Yeah. Make the decision whether or not you want MagicBands. It's still not too late.
Well,
I wouldn't order them through the Disney website. You can get some on like eBay. Just make sure it's like a verified seller. That could be a little sketchy, and they could get them to you in time. Yeah. More importantly, you're probably your safest bet at this point is to just go. If you do want them, to actually go to your resort, and at the gift shop they will sell MagicBands of various characters and all different types of styles and such. You're going to pay probably about $10 more per band, but that's if you're going to get them. Right. Now, if you're only going to Disney World once, if this is this is your family's trip, you're probably not going to go for another 5 years or so, or maybe not again. I don't know if a MagicBand's necessarily worth it. For the kids, I think the kids would enjoy it.
Yeah.
It like vibrates at certain points through fireworks shows and going around the park and on rides and stuff, and it lights up. So the kids might enjoy wearing that thing that has Winnie the Pooh on it, you know? Yeah. But you can either have a card It's like you could get a card from when you're it gets sent. It actually gets sent to you beforehand, or you can get it through guest relations, and you can just scan that as you need to get like scan around, or you could actually load it onto your phone and then just use your phone, kind of like as like you do with Apple Pay or Google Pay or whatever,
Right.
and do that.
Yes. Now, I have to say, MagicBands used to be like all the rage during the 50 celebration.
Yeah.
They had all the statues, and they still have statues around that you can find. But yeah, now I don't know that they're as impressive as they once were, and the technology is going to be changing and changing. So before we know it, we're going to have to get new MagicBands, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
So
And
they've definitely updated a lot.
And they're probably not going
to.
They're not going to charge there's things that are going to happen.
But for our purposes, we're 2 weeks out technically, and we need to get our MagicBands out, and we need to find our charging block for them, and we need to get them all together.
Well, the good thing is that I have all that stuff.
It's true. He doesn't allow us to have our MagicBands.
Never. Especially the kids. You crazy? They lose everything. That's why we have no charging blocks.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, like we said, we mentioned the My Disney Experience app. Obviously, just make sure it's updated and it's on the people's phones that you want to. I know Heidi wants access to it. We're still trying to just enjoy Disney without staring at your phone for right now.
Yes, I would prefer that she kind of chill.
Even though she wants to be in the know and dictate where we're going.
'Cause she's your daughter.
So we'll see. But anyway, just make sure it's updated on people that, and that you can log in, right? You don't want to be doing this while you're in the park because the Wi-Fi is kind of weird sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're trying to reset your password, it could be very frustrating when you're there. Do it beforehand.
Load up those credit cards to your My Disney Experience app. Make sure it's all ready to go so that you don't have any problems. Again, links to your MagicBand too. So we are ready to swipe away.
And make sure you have your Disney gift cards if you're going to do that. Now, we like to give the kids, we give the kids a budget and we give them a gift card each. And this is what they have to spend on souvenirs.
Correct.
Right? And we kind of say that it's their chores. That's what they've earned throughout the year, even though we don't kind of keep track of it anymore, or they don't actually do it. But that's besides the point. At this point,
before we go, I'm going to be like, scrub that bathroom.
And they're just like, money, please.
I know.
Money, please.
I know.
And then they're like, well, I've been saving $85 from birthdays and Christmas. And
I think they're trying to understand how to argue inflation this year that they can get more money.
Yeah, it's true. See, Disney teaches economics for kids. It's very important. Obviously, you're not going to start packing 2 weeks out, but it says one of the recommendations was pick a staging area for everything.
It's true. We do have a desk that is currently holding a lot of our stuff, like our ponchos, our sun umbrellas, our fans, our waterproof phone cases, things that we have a whole Disney bin that we kind of try to put all our stuff in.
And this is where if you have an Abby, you get a Disney bin.
Yes.
And she organizes all that.
It is. But then every year somebody tells me, but you had that, Mom. I don't have that. I'm like, I did not have that. I don't know what you're talking about.
It wasn't in the bin.
Wasn't in the bin. Anyway, so I've started taking out all those stuffs. And then this is what triggers our Amazon shopping.
Yes.
We need to get the drip drop packets, or we need
it's true.
More Body Glide, whatever, socks. We just got a whole new pack of socks.
Again, Body Glide is for anti-chafing. It's not as dirty as you think it is.
Oh,
Get your mind out of the Disney gutters. The ones that overflow when it rains sometimes. But
this year, I actually got some cool waterproof bags. They're just little... what would be old grocery bags, but they actually have a tie to them. So I'm excited about that. I already let one of the kids use one of them for something. So I'm ready for the rain, and I'm ready to put things in my little waterproof bag.
I love how nerdy you are. I
Thanks.
love it when you're waterproof and just like your shoes. Speaking of that, this is a good time. Again, if you haven't purchased your footwear, it's a good time
It's
to do
too
it
late.
now.
No,
It's
I'm
not
just
too
kidding.
late because you can get them now, and you want to break them in a little bit. You don't want to break them in while you're there in Disney. Right? You got to let your foot kind
that'll
of settle
hurt,
in
guys.
to what's going on. So it's a good time to get those shoes
Oh,
now.
man, I will never forget. Like, I went to Universal probably back in like 2018, 2019.
Okay.
And there was a woman in front of me, and we were both wearing Converse, right? And this woman
Oh.
had brand new Converse, though.
Oh.
And she took off her shoe, and she just like bleeding. And I happened to have Band-Aids on me, and I was just like,
Ew.
oh, here we go. Let's doctor
Yeah.
you up. And like, I didn't know this lady, but I was like, I feel you. Let's not wear Converse to the parks anymore. You know, it was a bad choice on both our parts.
Converse are tough, yeah, because they're very thin.
Yeah. No
like,
support.
Yeah, rubber soles there. So and yeah, you're not getting anything there. So that's a tough one. We like
Bring those Band-Aids.
You know, the price of shoes, especially now with the trend of the Max cushion shoes that have happened, whether you're talking about the On Clouds or we like the New Balances. We just got the
That's right. We are of the age to
Yeah.
wear New Balance.
we got the New Balances, the more V6s. You could also get the 1080 V14s. Those are the model numbers of the New Balance. We like both of those.
Folks, who's the nerd now?
They're too expensive. It's crazy how expensive shoes are. So sneakers and you can get stuff on a budget, but if you want like this cushion because you're going to be standing for 12 hours plus a day doing 20,000 steps a day, you kind of want to support your feet. It's a good time to get them in now, break them in. It also kind of brings you into last minute purchases.
Yup.
Right? So now we're talking about, like we just said, we were like, I don't have this, I don't have that.
Yep.
So now is a good time to purchase that to make sure that you do have it in time and that's the right thing. It also brings us into something that I skipped over, which is the park bag. I just purchased another park bag.
You did.
I got one in and it was too small.
Yes.
So I had to get a bigger one because parents have to carry stuff for their kids, right? It's funny because we're all like, well, everyone bring a backpack. And Bailey's like, well, you just carry it.
Yeah. I was like, which bag are you going to bring, Bailey? And she's like, no bag.
Yeah, you're going to
You carry my stuff.
Like, all right, I guess so. Or at least Heidi will carry something that one of the bags that we've gotten her.
Yep.
Generally, she wants to keep her own stuff and her chargers and all those things. But Bailey's like, nope, I'm good. You just carry all my ears.
I
and
want
my
to go backwards to
fans
that age.
Yeah, and then any souvenirs that I get throughout the day, you also carry them as well.
Fantastic.
So I did just purchase a new bag, but it's like getting that stuff, making sure you have your ponchos, all your chargers, the fans. I just got Abby a new like turbo misting fan that
Which the
hopefully
kids
help
have
her
already
out.
stolen.
The kids want to use it. We just bought a bunch of sunscreen,
That's right.
right? 6 cans.
6 cans.
You can get it while you're down there. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but now that you can fly with, just make sure everything's,
Approved.
the TSA approved and all that stuff so you can get down there. And then it's kind of like a good time to start watching for the weather, right?
Or any hurricanes coming our way.
Yes, you definitely want to pay attention to that. Thankfully not, you don't
I thought
want
you
to
were
look
saying yes to our trip, and I was like, what?
Oh, are there? I said,
I don't
no, I hope not. Oh my God. Knock on wood, please, lady. I'm just worried about lightning. It's in Florida, especially if you're going in the summer. There's gonna be rainstorms.
Yes.
Probably at some point. They're usually pretty quick and they usually go away, but they can kind of put a little damper on things. So you don't want to look too far ahead, but generally look for anything like bigger coming.
Yeah.
And kind of plan for it, like Abby said.
Correct.
What
are we forgetting?
Said, if you did want to go to Mickey's Not So Scary, it's a good time to finish your costumes. Like Abby said, I did not.
You didn't.
You
get
picked
the
out
red shorts.
your shorts.
I just ordered them.
I can't believe you did it without me.
What? I told you.
Come on, I feel very betrayed right now.
Uh-huh.
All right, and then we're not going to talk more about that. The other thing to do is to plan your rest time. Right, pick out the time where you need some downtime. You cannot keep going 2 weeks before your trip and then just going right into your trip and just going.
You can't?
You can't.
Okay.
You need the rest. Like I need to rest this voice. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think then that's the time, right? That's a wrap for today. The Disney Hour Express is leaving the station. Until next time, from our family to yours, thanks for riding along.
This has been a Family Travel Planner production.